Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Yoga with Elion. This is a Saturday morning. I am not sure if you're here live yet or not, but thank you, attendees, for being here and working out with me. And thank you for doing this yoga class with me if you do it later. Good morning. Choose joy today for the weekend. Um, and just make it a wonderful weekend. I'm in Texas and it is still a little warm, but the mornings and the evenings are getting much better. So hopefully someday we're gonna go outside and do some outside yoga. Anyway, welcome to my little studio. I am glad you're here, and I'm going to start today with a very gentle, deep, wonderful standing and on the floor stretch. If you are doing it from a chair, please do everything in the chair just as much as you can with us. And if you are able to get to the floor, we are going to start standing and then slowly and gently move towards the mat. And I hope you just get a wonderful 40 minutes feel good yoga stretch with me. So let's get started. I'm not going to use music today. I just want you to be able to hear me. And I do not like to use my microphone. So, because in this room it's not necessary, but I am just not, I'm just in the quiet mood. Let's say it that way this morning. So, just really gentle breathing and deep feeling, things like that. Join me. Let's go. So, we're going to start today. I'm going to adjust the mic a little bit or the movement here a little bit so that I can see that we're all on the mat. Yes, we are on the mat. So come stand with 2 feet on the mat, just hip width apart, and we're just gonna go do some grounding. So really standing still. First, we're gonna work on posture. So I want you to feel your heels, and then slowly, I want you to take your attention to your hips, so that we're having those hips straight above our feet, right? And then slowly kind of roll your shoulders back in place. So you feel that your shoulder blades are sliding down your back towards your hips, just really into the right place. So this way we can have an open posture, and I work on that very much because we do collapse forwards a lot, and we do have that slouch on the couch posture a lot, right? So I want you to open up and feel that you open your heart to the sky. And that doesn't mean that we're into a back bend, but just a feeling of being open in your shoulders and in your heart. So I say sometimes when it comes to balance or when it comes to posture correction, that you would be able to pull yourself up just a straight line in front of your nose from your heart up to the sky. Kind of thinking that the heart is in the center, right? So for today, we have to pretend our heart is in the center and we're just pulling ourselves up that way. So we're going to work on that just a little bit here. Just feeling your toes, spread your toes out, close your eyes, relax your hands down to the floor, just standing into Tadasana or mountain pose. And if you are spreading your toes on the mat, I really want you to become aware of those toes and feeling the bottom of your feet and your heels and your legs. And not really pushing back into the knees, not hyperextending, but just soft in the knees, but strong all the way up. So feel that your legs are there. They're going to give you support. And then very gentle, just breathing into your tummy. And just let your hands hang down, but breathe deep towards your lower abdomen. In through your nose and slowly out. And do it a couple of times. Just take a nice deep breath in. If you're comfortable with breathing out through your nose, then do so. Otherwise, just breathe out through pursed lips. Just a deep belly breath and a slow one out. Just getting a feeling of grounding ourselves. We want to just kind of get rid of disease, right? And the fact that we are just nervous or a little bit stressed out or we have a lot on our minds. We're just coming into the moment. So we're just practicing grounding and awareness mindfulness, so to speak, for this moment and this hour together. So just relax your shoulders, feel a long spine, feel a long line in your spines all the way up to the sky. And then just kind of grow from the inside about 2 inches taller. You don't have to do anything, you're still standing, you still have your eyes closed, lengthening the spine all the way up to the sky. So your second little wire pulley is all the way on top of your head and goes all the way up to the sky. So we're really pulling ourselves tall and lengthening our spine and lengthening our body. Relax your shoulders, relax your hands, and relax your fingers. And then, of course, very important, relax your forehead. Just standing and grounding. One more deep belly breath, just kind of leaving your chest out of it. Just grounding, deep breath. Good. Very nice. And then we're going to take our right hand towards our left ear. And inhale, exhale, pull your head over to the side, stretching through the shoulders. This one is still going down, the opposite hand. So you feel kind of like a two-way stretch in both directions. Then lift up. Exhale to the other side. Good. Just stretching through the neck, right here, into the sternocleidomastoid muscle. And just this one is relaxing to the floor. Just pulling that shoulder maybe even a tad more down. So getting a nice two-way stretch, but very gentle, not doing too much, right? Not hurting yourself. Inhale all the way straight up. Exhale, drop your chin on your chest. And then I want you to rub your chin over the skin of your chest so that I get that feel in the back of my neck. And then lift your chin back up and just hold it right there. Stick your chin out far forward for a second, but not the shoulders. This is really practicing doing a little turkey there, right? And then all the way back. And then just come back in the center. So we're creating that awareness even with our head that it's placed in the center of our body. And we're just lengthening up again. We're keeping our neck long, right? We're keeping our chin just a tad above the level of parallel with the floor. So just a tad. Good. Now roll your shoulders. Just a nice deep roll backwards and then from backwards forwards. So also a deep roll right here. And then we're going to make that a backwards elbow. So I'm going to make it a little bigger. Just a nice deep elbow here. And then I'm going to make it my wings. So all the way up and all the way deep back in. Right? So I'm starting a little bit soft here, but I'm going in my upper body. So I'm going to lift my heart up to the sky and then gently kind of soften in, tucking my tailbone towards my heels. So low and slow into that spinal wave. Just up a couple times and in a couple of times. And up. Oh, feels so good. And in right here. And then the last one, I just want you to stand right here. Now spread your arms really wide over back, all the way back towards the back, towards the back of your back. And pull them all the way out, far back. Yes. So I'm not going in a back bend here either. I'm just kind of opening up again and kind of pull them back a little bit, right? We don't want to do too much into the smaller of our back. So it's going to go in and up. And roll them out again here. Very nice. Oh, that feels good. And then gently kind of let them flow. You see I'm combining some of the Qigong with the warm up for the yoga, right? A little bit of a slap around here. Kind of just into that upper body movement, bringing a little twist. Right, so I'm going to just gently warm up the body. Then you take your hand out forwards, your right hand, with your fingers up and pull it all the way backwards. Nicely pulling back. And then go all the way around and pull down. Yes. Warming up the wrist for our downwards facing dogs. Then shake it out. Do the other side. Warm up by pulling your hands back. Nice straight arm forward, 90-degree out. Then open the thumb to the outside and pull back as well, right here. Good. And then two hands together, tumble them inside outwards, go all the way up over your head here. And then I'm going to take my hands into my neck and do that lift again, lift from the heart. Not really, again, a back bend, but more lift and over and up into a spinal extension, really nice and high. And then I'm going to take them all the way back up and open them nice and wide. So now here is your airplane mode. I'm just going to push through the arms, fingers come back up to my ears. Really nice big stretch and tumble them low. Good. Very nice. Right arm comes over to the left. My left arm comes down. I'm going to go into my side bend all the way over. Just kind of like a modified half moon here, right? Up, I'm staying over. I'm going sideways. I'm lengthening and I'm pushing back down. So my energy here goes back down. This one goes to the side. So I feel that lengthening feeling through the waist and obliques. Then I'm going slowly back here. Good. Roll your hands out. Now take them both up. Now I want you to lift your arms up to the sky with your shoulders. So really pulling in those shoulders. Now exhale, just the shoulders, not the arms. Good. Lengthen. Reach up to the sky. All the way. It's like E.T. is pulling you in his spaceship. Lengthening and growing and taller and taller. Then exhale and just take the shoulders back down. Do that one more time and lift yourself out of your hips. Really tall. Now just release the shoulders. Good. And I say that because so many of us just keep so much tension in our shoulder blades, right? So just relax the shoulders. Keep your eyes up really nice and high. And then just open them softly towards your knees and come into your knees. So here, I'm going to start moving our back into a cat and cow. Just rolling the spine and sticking out your tailbone, rolling with your knees in and sticking it out. One more time. Roll up and stick it out right there. Now I'm going to slowly, I'm going to use myself, my hands, tuck my tailbone under and around to the floor. If you have a block, you're going to use the block and just hang out towards the block. Exhale. Now, my friends, here, very important to stay where you are. And you're going to take a deep breath in through your nose and feel that all the way down towards your tailbone, running down your spine towards your tailbone. So just relax forward. Just have everything hang down. Hang down your head. Relax your shoulders and your neck. Relax your neck muscles. And hold on very softly towards your block. You have 3 heights here, right? 1, 2, 3. Just wherever comfortable for you. Just hold on to the block and hang it out. Just a couple of breaths here. I'm feeling my heels. I'm still keeping soft in my knees so that I get a good stretch through the lumbar part of my spine. And if I would straighten my legs all the way, I get also those hamstrings to engage. So I feel that more in my hamstring. So just keep your knees soft and once in a while straighten them and feeling lower back, more in a hamstring, lower back, more in a hamstring, right? And just hang it out all the way. One more deep breath here. And I'm going to use my hands slowly to rock and roll back up here, round as possible. Roll your shoulders back. Exhale. Good. And then lift your arms up through the center. And we're going to go again with now straight arms all the way back to pull myself high up to the sky, lengthening through that spinal extension. And then come halfway first. Place your hands on your legs here. Keep your tailbone tucked under so we can go round to the floor. Hang it out wherever you're comfortable and hold that stretch. So sometimes I like to hold on to my legs, or it feels comfortable to hang on to my block here. And sometimes if this feels good for you and you want to progress a little bit, you want to make it a little bit harder, then we're going to pull on the elbows. And I'm really getting the upper body in there as well. And then while your next inhale, you're going to use your hands to roll up gently with a round back. Come all the way back. Last one is your shoulders and your chin. Lift up straight back one more time. All the way going back here. Try to keep your head just in alignment, not to kind of let it drop down. And go halfway here, just kind of tumble down. And use your legs to roll down. Really remember safety first here. Now we can hold on to the block with our right hands, bend our right knee, and lift our left arm to the sky. So now we're making a nice spinal twist here. And if you can hold on to the floor, of course, you do that. So I want to give it a deep breath here. And come all the way back. And hold on to your block, if you will. Exhale on the side. Just bend one knee and then turn towards the other. Twist around. And come slowly back to the center right here. Hang it out. Oh, and it feels good. And then I'm just going to roll up again, same way as I did. So pull your abs in, tuck your tailbone to the floor, roll around, and take it back. Good. And then from here on, we're going to take a nice deep breath in. Stay where you are. Towards the long part of your mat. So I am just standing sideways just to talk to you. Otherwise, we are facing the top of the mat, right? So just standing here and adjust your posture for a second again. Now I'm having a little trick for you to find the standing balance posture. So what I do usually is just to pick up my block as a prop, right? And I'm going to put that on my head because, well, yeah, you know, I came from a ballet background, so we had to walk with a couple of books on our head in the old days to adjust our posture. And same here. I just want you to feel that you're lengthening what we just practiced, that spine long and tall all the way up. Now just drop your arms, or if you're comfortable, hold your belly, or if you're comfortable, hold your arms in Anjali Mudra, whatever feels good here for you. And then you come to your right leg, and you're going to go slowly lift the other one up. So just lift one leg slowly up. Right or left first, doesn't matter. And now I want you to really don't go too low or too high yet, but just kind of work on that posture. Now this is perfect if you're at home. This is a perfect way to do that with a chair or with a wall or something to hold on to close, right? I always say to everybody that practice balance with me, do it in the kitchen, do it everywhere, hold on to something, let go, hold on, let go, and hold on, right? Practice that way. Now we're going to push the foot a little bit against the leg so that the leg is starting to activate and push back. You want to use the inner thigh as well, as if your foot was higher. Then you would press that in the inner thigh and just gently press with your hands a little bit together, as if there's a really soft piece of rice paper in between your hands. So your upper body stays strong and activated, your shoulders are open. Yes, so pull yourself and lengthen yourself. It's okay, just kind of wobble and pick it back up, wobble and pick it back up, and lengthen yourself all the way up to the sky. So again, we want to have a long and tall feeling, lengthening all the way up. Yes. Another deep breath in our belly, of course. Our abs are most important here. They're activated. Balance comes from the core, correct? Just try it out. Good. So we want to really pull together. I always say, imagine that you have a really tight pants, right? And you need to pull the zipper. Or if you're a man, right, and you just got to pull that belly button one notch, that belt one notch tighter around the belly button. Yes, if you have a couple of paper plates, if you don't have a block, or anything, not your coffee cup, anything that can fall down. Practice your balance with something on your head. So we want to come together here, nice and strong, activating the core. Open and keep open that heart space, keep open to the sky. Just slowly, you don't even want to see it. You move your way to the other foot and you just lift one up to the front so that that way your hips are really staying stable. Then we're going to lift one foot up a little bit, kind of tuck it towards the other. And the knee doesn't have to be too far back because you don't want to get those hips pushing backwards and going out of alignment. I just want to go straight and tall up, activate the core, do with your arms what feels good. If you need to hold on to your Buddha, right? And then you're just pulling up nice and slow into that perfect, yes, into that perfect Friksasana. So whatever you want to do in your tree pose here, just activate the foot, the inner thigh, activate the abs first, lengthen tall up to the sky, keep your heart open, and wherever your hands are, right? New York, LA, Chicago, Philly, right? It doesn't matter. Just joking around here. Just hold. I am so sorry, guys. It seemed that, yes, we are still recording. It seemed that it was temporarily disconnected. Well, this was a good spot anyway because we were working on that balance, right? So while I was off the air a little bit, I was working on getting you into that balance. So lift and standing really nice and tall and high so that you can feel that wonderful tall feeling. And working with a block is a great way to do that. So on this morning's class here, we're going to try this into our balance for the last one here, just with 2 feet under. And what I want you to try is just going up and down a few times without falling backwards, but controlled going back. So lengthening going up on your feet here for strong ankles. Now, instead of falling back down, feel that you're even lengthening more up towards the sky when you come back down. Good. And we'll try it a couple times. So just lengthening and strengthening ankles and feet, right? And come back down nice and slow. Good. And let's try that 2 more times. Activate the core. Pull yourself up by a pulley towards the sky. And slowly come back down. So that your heels are hardly touching. And slowly come back up. Heel, ball, toe. And now feel long and tall. Going back down. Slowly roll out. Softly putting your heels back down. Yes, good job. Grab your block. Good. Take it in. Stretch out all the way back. And go all the way down towards the floor. Hang it out here for a little bit for a good deep stretch. I'm just going to take a couple of breaths here. And I want to use my block. If you're with me, I'm going to step it out with my right leg far back. So my right leg goes really far back. So I'm coming here into a lunge position. And now this is up to you to pick your own level in your workout here. You can come to a lunge. And I want you just to try to feel that you have those 2 legs into a 90-degree angle. If you come to that lunge, just try to pick your hands up from the block, strengthening the legs at the same time, trying it out. and then just take it back into the block, right? Moving your hip here, but feeling that stretch. Feel the glutes, lower back, the hamstrings, and I'm on the other side, on the right side, I'm working on my hip flexors. So hold it, strengthen. The distance between my feet is about 1 block wide. So I want to step out backwards. Now I'm going to try it again, holding onto my front leg. Or, of course, if you want to make this a nice strengthening position, then let go of 2 arms and engage the core, of course, holding it right here. And if you want to progress and take it a notch up, you can come into a full high balance right here into your high lunge. Yes? If you do so, remember, tuck the tailbone down. Now you feel that in your legs. Good. Now slowly step back in. So a little bit of a flexibility stretch here and also a little bit of strength. Yes, take it back down. Arms up. All the way back down. Hang it out right here. Just relax and release. I'm going to step away with my left foot far back. I want to bend 2 knees in a nice 90-degree angle feel. So this one comes just right over the floor. I'm leaning on my right leg, giving myself strength. Try to hold it. Just give yourself a little bit of strength exercise there, right? Take it back or hold back onto the floor or the block here, if you will. And just take it one more time up. If you can, let go with your arms. Let go with your arms. Or make it even, if you will, a high lunge. Yes, you can also take 2 hands on your leg front, but this hip wants to tuck under, holding it right there, holding it right there. And slowly step it back up into the front leg, push off, in, roll up. Inhale, deep breath, very good. Open the legs, now turn towards me and open your legs nice and wide. Doing some stretches here. I am going to open my right foot first. Open my arms nice and wide. And now here, make sure we're not too far. Turn back with that foot. Just kind of pick the corner of your own mat so you're safe. And I want to go a little bit into that hip warm up there again. So a lot of hip here, huh? Strength and stretch. Inhale. Warrior 2. 3 times. Inhale. Warrior 2. Inhale. Now hold the last one. Stay into that warrior 2 there. Good. And I'm going to just check that knee. I want my knee right here. My right knee, I want it to be over my toes. Just try to keep it there. Avoid collapsing the leg in. Yes. Relaxing the shoulders at the same time. Good, 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 good. Inhale up all the way. And now from here, I'm just gently kind of slide into my triangle pose. So I'm going to bend back a little bit away from that open foot. This one is still straight forward. Now I'm going to take my right hand and slide it slowly down. This one just keeps stretching up towards the sky. If you have your block around, put your block there and stretch out right here. Perfect triangle. So you want to watch out for the collapsing shoulder. Open and rotate. Open your hand so that shoulder falls back in place. And then from here, I'm just going to stretch and collapse into that super big hamstring stretch. So my hand comes down towards my foot. And I'm going to hang over that leg. So really stretching here through the back. But I'm feeling my hamstring, of course, big time. Maybe you hold on to your block here. Maybe you hold on to your legs. That is all just fine. I want to take a moment here in this stretch to do a couple of deep breaths and relax your shoulders and your neck muscles. Relaxing everything here. Try to activate your upper legs a little bit, right? Protecting the knees. Now come back to the center. I'm going to turn my knee and my foot back forwards. My foot, not my knee. And then roll up with my hands on my thighs. Yeah, so we want to protect our back again. Roll up nice and soft and round, especially for today. Yes, so I have 2 feet forwards pointing towards me. One goes open towards the corner of your mat. So not too far because then your knee is just going to collapse inwards into that nice and wide open stance. I have about three blocks, 3 feet, 3.5 in between. Otherwise, I don't get anything out of it. Just go into the knee a little bit, soften the shoulders, but keep your your arms wide open. Yeah, just kind of go into that leg here. Feel that strength, feel the stretch in the inner thigh. Last one goes all the way up. And exhale, holding the warrior two. Now feel that super strong position in your heart. So it's a really nice, super strong, kind of an inspiring pose, right? Lift it up here and just kind of stretch away a little bit. Oh, and then bring your hands nice and softly towards the foot. Slide out. Now bring this open, the other hands all the way open towards the skies. Stretching out here. My upper back tries to come towards the back wall. If you're holding on, just put that block by your leg. And so the tumble here is more important, that we rotate in the spine as well in our Trikonasana. Gently soften this hand down and then hang towards the leg. Wherever you need to hold on to, the block is an extension of your arm. So if you want to hold on to that, please do. Shake your head here, take a nice deep breath in. I feel and I move and I stretch. Really good stretch. And then from here on, I just gently want to walk back with that left foot to the front, hang it out all the way in the front. So whatever here feels good for you, just relax your upper back. Just keep the same softness in the knees. So not doing too much there, stretching through the legs, the lower back, just hanging. And what I like to do is go from right to the left a little. But I always say do it in your own tempo. So whatever feels good there, just kind of stretching out through that big position. Nice and wide open stance. And then come back halfway. Now I'm going to bend my knees, lean on my legs. And again, I'm going to do this from the side for you so that you can see. I'm going to sink into my tailbone towards my heels. And I'm going to push out my thighs with my arms. So I'm just kind of wiggling here. It feels really good. Gently roll up, use your hands, roll it all together. Step back in towards the center of your mat and take a moment right here to shake it all out. Yes. Now we're going to go into some nice deep stretches on the floor and into our downwards facing dogs. So gently, my friends, go back here with me. All the way towards the floor, hang it out. And from here, just take your time. Step it out towards down dog. Exhale. And just pull your heels up a couple of times, waking up your body. Lift and push. Open the shoulder blades and just kind of feel that your head is relaxing towards the center. Between your arms, that is. Spread your fingers. Just push to the floor. Maybe do it a few more times. Feels so good. Just warming up here. Take your knees then down towards the floor. And just folding into a nice slow child pose. Deep breath here. Exhale, just breathing in the spine. Inhale, come up all the way again. Exhale, down dog. Just lift and stretch. If you're very experienced yogi, then go slowly towards your plank a couple of times. Otherwise, just come towards your all fours. And pull back out. Exhale, down dog. And if you're more experienced, then make that, of course, a couple of times, just a plank. And pull back into the down dog. So we're just warming up, correct? Into your plank or all fours. And exhale, down dog, warming up. Inhale, plank or all fours. Exhale, down dog, warming up. And the last one here, just try to hold it. And of course, if you need to take a break, you just come back down to the floor to all fours, and you go gently back to the child pose. So from here, all the time, going back into your relaxing pose. Take the block with you. And just put your head on it if you don't want to go all the way down with your head towards the floor. If that's uncomfortable for you, just keep it right here. This will be better, probably the middle. And I'm just moving, shaking a little bit, just trying to find out. It feels so good for my back here. Really release the lumbar part of your spine. Release your hips to your heels. And then we're just going to add on. So my advice here for you is if you want to take a break, just take it back to the child pose. Otherwise, come forwards to all fours. Exhale, release through the Bhujangasana here, the cobra pose. My hips are hanging down, right? So it doesn't feel good for your lower back, don't do it. Pull back with your abs and your tailbone towards the heels. Stretch out. Inhale, now keep going into this flow with me, and we're just going to add on. Exhale, cobra. Inhale, back. Exhale, child. Adding on. Inhale, cobra. Exhale. Inhale, all fours. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, all fours. Exhale, child pose. Keep going. Inhale to cobra. Exhale. Inhale to down dog. Exhale. Two more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, belly to the floor. Exhale. Down dog. Inhale. Exhale. Now we're just going to add on in difficulty level. We're going to hold the plank and we're going to make that a chaturanga to the floor. If you don't want to do that on your arms, then you're just going to take your knees down and roll all the way out. Take a second here to adjust and modify, and then just pull your elbows back and push up. Now we're going to try to go all the way back towards the down dog. If you don't want to do that, then go back towards your child pose first. Tuck your toes under. Push back into that big stretch. Exhale. Inhale to the plank. Exhale, chaturanga, or on your knees. Inhale up. Exhale. Remember the shoulders. Inhale back. Exhale. And now you just can do that a few more times in your own tempo. And if you like to go slow, stay with me. Watch your lower back if you roll onto the floor. And of course, watch your lower back if you do that in chaturanga. Lift up. Exhale, push. And let's do one more. I did both variations. So you just do what's good for you. Now from here, we're going to slowly walk it back up to our arms, or if you need to, bend your knees and just walk your hands up, right? Or use your block. Just hang it out. Roll up nice and slow. And take your arms back. Very nice. Good. My friends, come back to the center. I hope you had a good stretch this morning. A down dog a day keeps the doctor away. It is always my advice. And let's just go slowly back to our posture. Our next class, we shall certainly do a lot more hip flexibility again. Today we really worked on balance and a little bit of strength, and of course a lot of flexibility always. Just close your eyes and take a nice deep breath. If you're more comfortable, hang your hands down by your side. So that's up to you. Or maybe make a fist like I do with my man. My class is with men only. Just breathing. Just feel your breath, creating awareness. Relax your shoulders. Now keep your shoulders relaxed during the day. So think about it a few times. Like there's a little chip of Eliane sitting on your shoulders, telling you, relax your shoulders, because it's so important for me that we do that. We are having and carrying so much stress and anxiety in our upper back and in our upper body. So just try to relax them a little bit and we feel better. So I'm just sitting right here for the rest of the day with you, kind of chipping in your shoulder. Keep it relaxed, keep it relaxed. Keep all that tension and stress out of your upper back, because we do that so much. It is not really good for us. If there's any questions, then I'll take them anytime. If there's any questions that you have that you would like to email me, or just even go onto my website, right, elianhaan.com. You can find my schedules and my seminars and webinars and stuff, right, if you want to do more. Besides that, just stay with me here on Moxie. I love it when you like it and when you give me feedback. If you like it or love it, of course. And just let me know what you need more of or less of, anything. So I will be answering all your questions, and we will stop the recording soon. I'll stay for a little bit in the room to have a good time with you. I wish you a wonderful weekend, amazing day. Make it awesome, and just loving on you. Just loving on you. So have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. And otherwise, wherever you are picking up this class, let me know. and just make it an awesome day.